Hi, my name is Christine Callender, and I'm with Exit Realty Pikes Peak.
And I'm Amanda Callender.
Today we are at My Cellar Wine Bar, and this is located in D20 School District in Colorado Springs. And we are with the owner, Cheryl. Hi! So we're interviewing Cheryl because they are actually coming up on a 1-year anniversary. This is one of our favorite places local to the community. So Cheryl, would you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about how My Cellar Wine Bar came to life?
Hi, I'm Cheryl Medeiros. My husband Eric and I started this place. It was a dirt slab when we first noticed it, and so we got to build the whole thing and build out the interior. And then, as she said, we are coming up on our first anniversary next week, Saturday. We moved to Colorado Springs most recently from Washington State at the end of 2022. Eric and I are both from Hawaii, born and raised, and we went to California, then we went to Washington. We raised our boys in Washington, and we were ready to leave and look for our next new adventure, and our son was at the Air Force Academy. And so we would come here to watch him play football and to watch all the parades and that kind of stuff, and we just fell in love with the place. And when we were thinking, what kind of place do we want to move to? Colorado Springs really fit the bill. It was completely beautiful and 300 days of sunshine with a lot of really welcoming people. So we took the big leap of faith and we pulled up stakes and we came here. And we are wine people. We've always been wine people. We used to go wine tasting when we were dating. We were engaged at a winery in Napa. We lived outside of Napa, Sonoma for a while, and then we lived in the wine country in Washington State. And we came to Colorado, and it was just a little less developed.
We have a void.
Yeah. Okay, so I was trying to find a polite way to say, there was a lot of opportunity for people to really fall in love with wine here. And so essentially, we built the place that we would want to come to learn about and fall in love with wine.
Awesome. Beautiful. We're so glad you're here.
Thank you. So are we.
Yes. So what inspired you to open a wine bar? What was the vision behind it?
People are like, have you always wanted to do this? And the honest answer is no. In 2023, it just kind of came to us and we started chatting about it, and it was something we could do together, which we really, we loved that idea. And we were traveling a lot, and so we went to the wine country in France, we went to Italy, we went back to Napa, we went to Washington, and each little place just sort of put another piece together in our vision. And what we love about wine, besides the actual, wonderful bottle itself, is that wine comes from cultures that are familiar to us. The Hawaiian culture is very welcoming. We gather around food, we do things together. And if you think about all the different wine countries around the world, they're all beautiful. They all are very agricultural, land-based as we grew up. The families all do things together, multi-generational, which we also love. It's a celebratory atmosphere, and when you gather your community around the table, it's usually at someone's house. It's not all that fancy. It's love. It's sharing stories. It's maybe getting a little tipsy and loose, and we wanted to create a place like that is an extension of our own home. So we want people to come here and feel as if they're in our living room. I do a lot of the cooking myself. Almost everything on the menu is just something that I would serve to my friends if they come over. We have lots and lots and lots of stories about wine, about the various vineyards that we've been to. We've visited many of the winemaking places. We visited many of those places, and we pour their wine as we would in our own home. And so that was kind of the inspiration for what we wanted to create here, all about the experience that comes from sharing great wine.
Beautiful. I was here last night and it was just busting at the seams. I saw groups of women, 12 women around a table enjoying company, and I've noticed too, like Cheryl will walk around to the tables and check in with people, answer questions, share some expertise, and she does. It feels like she's your welcoming hostess as you come in here. So you've created a beautiful place. Over this last year, if you reflect on what's happened this last year, what are some of your favorite milestones?
Honestly, I really do think that it is sharing occasions with people. We're always so honored when somebody comes and says, this happened today and we're celebrating it. Or can we make a reservation to celebrate our daughter's wedding? Because again, we like to plan parties, we like people to share and in celebrations, and we are always honored when we're asked to participate in that. One of my favorite occasions was our first week open, and a couple came in and sat at the bar, and the gentleman had retired from teaching at the same high school for 30 years.
Wow.
And that last day, a whole bunch of his former students had traveled back to do a big celebration for him. He was very overwhelmed, and so his wife brought him in just to have a glass of wine and kind of reflect and decompress, and we talked to them for a very long time, and it touched me so much that he wanted to come and share that with us. They have come back countless times since then, and they bring their friends. They're retired now, so they get to travel. They come back and tell us about their trips, and I love that. But I think that meeting new friends who come in here and seeing old friends come in and sit at the table. There was another that comes to mind last summer. There are these three absolutely stunningly beautiful young women, and their stunningly beautiful mother came in, and they were just sitting and talking. Then they came back the next day and shared with us that the sisters had gathered from all their different places. One lived in Europe, one lived in a different state, one was home to visit mom in Colorado Springs. And so it was just a nice place for them to be able to sit and catch up without having to do any work.
Clean the kitchen?
Clean the kitchen. The view is amazing. They sat inside and got the feel of being outside without having to sit in the wind that is sometimes on the patio. And so those are the types of moments that we just really love.
Wow.
Not very nice.
Yeah.
I love the atmosphere you've created and just the relationships. You can tell you love what you do, and the people that you get to know, especially being able to remember that from just so far back. But with it being 1 year, how are you guys celebrating? Is there any special event, special occasion, or special offering that you guys are doing?
So on Saturday, May 17th, which is our first anniversary, we are celebrating all day long. So we really love local partnerships, and we have a lot of them. And so there's a gentleman, he has a company called Up and Adam, Colorado Springs, and he does absolute magic with movement and stretching and that kind of stuff. He teaches a class here every Wednesday at 9:30, but on Saturday he's starting at 8:30, and then afterwards everybody will stay for brunch. We have brunch on Saturdays and Sundays now through the summer, and then after brunch we have local chef Russ Erb coming to do his famous taco bar for us. So from 4 to 9, while supplies last, the taco bar is open. And then Brandon Henderson is one of our favorite local musicians. He plays here every third Saturday from 5:30 to 8:30, and it is the third Saturday. So he'll have live music here, and we are open from 10 in the morning till 11 at night. It's going to be an all-day party.
Oh my gosh!
What day is that again?
It is Saturday, May 17th.
Wonderful. We got to rush to get this out in time before that happens.
Yes. Or just tell your friends.
Tell us about your wine selection and how do you choose what to feature?
There's a lot of hard work that goes into selecting the wines. we do not pour anything that we haven't tasted and chosen ourselves. And so we work with various distributor partners, and they have come to learn sort of what we're trying to offer. And then also, every once in a while, there's something we want to feature or a hole that we notice on our menu, and so we will ask them to bring things for us. And a great example of that is there was a grape that was thought to be extinct for a very, very long time, maybe centuries, but maybe, almost a century. And then DNA testing, they found that something that was being mistaken for Merlot grapes was actually Carmenere. And it is one of Eric's favorite wines, and I think it has more to do with the story than anything else. But we were on the hunt for it, and we found it, and so now we have a South American flight, and it features 3 South American wines, but one of them is Carmenere, which most people have never even heard of. And so that's kind of fun. We're going to do a sparkling flight for the summer because who doesn't love bubbly on the patio? But we didn't want it to just be 3 champagnes or 3 sparklings. We wanted to feature the 3 different methods of making sparkling wine, and so we have one with Champenois, and we have one with Charmat, and we have one with Petnac. That is another thing that we try really hard to do is just offer people the opportunity to taste a bunch of wine, and if you like it, it's good, and if you don't like it, it's not good, and figure out what your palate is just by tasting wine.
Wow, I've had flights here, and it's just beautifully presented and just a really neat experience. You got to try it.
Yeah, I'm definitely coming here now more often. So, other than the events that we've kind of talked about and touched on, do you host any other live events like the music or wine classes, private parties?
We do all of that. So in April, we tried to settle into some consistency. So every Tuesday, no, I'm wrong about that, it's Wednesday. We call it Tasting Table. And so you can come and we will have a featured cocktail, a featured wine. We'll have a sommelier here to talk to you. Tara can teach you how to make craft scratch cocktails. Every Wednesday it's a different thing. Ooh. Thursdays we do Ladies' Night Out. And on the second Thursday, we have a community book club, and we also invite other book clubs. And you saw last night, a lot of them have accepted that invitation. And then we also do just a happy hour with your fitness friends. So no one has to plan it, no one has to do anything. They'll just know that on the 3rd Thursday of every month, whoever can make it will be here. And then the 1st and the 4th Thursday we reserve for other things. So we had firefighters here for a little calendar signing, charity event a couple of weeks ago. That was super fun. And we do music on every 3rd Saturday. We have a wine event or dinner once a month. And we literally do parties, private parties, I would say twice a week, every week. Wow. And it's super easy. We have a huge space, and when the patio's open, it puts 50% more seating out there. Yeah. So you don't have to rent out the whole place. You can bring whatever size group. Just give a call, leave a message, I'll call you back. And like I said, we have private parties here probably at least twice a week.
Wow. Yeah. So as you look forward to the upcoming year, do you have any new goals or new things in plan? I mean, gosh, your calendar sounds so full already. I don't know how you can fit anything more, but I'm just curious, what do you have for your future?
So there's a few things that we have in mind. We are launching a wine club, and we're very excited about that. And that is just, again, so people have an opportunity to learn about different wines and take them home and enjoy them there. You can always purchase bottles of wine here, but these will be different, not on our menu and themed.
Like special?
Yeah. We also, really want to spend the summer enjoying the patio. So we're going to do lots of things over the summer to kind of bring people in and just Colorado Minnesota is such an amazingly beautiful state, and with the view that we have here, we don't take it for granted, not a single day. And then the last thing is Eric and I have been here every single day since we opened. We committed to that for the first year, and it's been amazing, and it was necessary. But now we just have such a fabulous team, and we are looking forward to maybe a little bit of time off and also time to travel. And
you gotta go see more of those vineyards.
We do. Yes, we do.
It's still business.
And so, if I had to say, I think those are probably our 3 goals for the next year.
Wonderful. Well, Cheryl, it has been a pleasure getting to know you and learn more about behind the scenes of what you have created here.
Yeah.
It is definitely, something that Colorado Springs is benefiting from, and we want to see this business thrive. I mean,
but not too much.
Well,
because,
no,
I still need to see. I'm actually kind of concerned about putting this video out now.
I think they're going to have to.
We'll save you a seat, I promise.
I think they're going to have to open like a second location probably.
Yeah.
But this view, I don't know where you're going to find a place like this view here, which we did get video of that for our video here. But great. Thank you, Cheryl, for your time. We appreciate getting to know you, and come visit My Cellar Wine Bar. It's located right in D20 School District, near the shops. Well, what would we call this?
This is called the Highlands at Briargate.
Yes,
Yeah.
my apologies, because this is where the old Focus on the Family baseball fields used to be.
Yeah.
And so they're tucked in the middle. You might not see it, from Briargate Parkway, but it's on that corner of Briargate Parkway and Chapel Hills, just tucked in there, behind Chewy's.
Yes, behind Chewy's.
Just look for the Great Mountain View.
Yeah.
All right,
Cheers.
Thank you. Cheers. Thanks for watching the video. I specifically chose the video below for you because it builds on the one you just watched. I hope it's helpful, and I'll talk to you soon.